Hello everyone. Today I'd like to show you a compilation of amateur videos of the last SpaceX Falcon Heavy launch. I've synced up the videos visually so that every event happens at the same time. What I hope to show is how we can observe the curve of the Earth by viewing a rocket launch from hundreds of miles away. I'll follow it up with my analysis after, but for now, let's get to the footage. I hope you enjoy. First, here's a timeline of the launch events that I collected based on 3 amateur videos to confirm that all of the phases of the launch happened as shown on the SpaceX stream. Overall, there's only a 2-second difference or less. There could be some delay on certain feeds of the SpaceX stream, so I don't see any big discrepancies here. This video from the Palm City, Florida YouTube channel was taken with a drone at 400 feet up. I think it's a great point of comparison because there's essentially no obstruction due to trees or terrain. The maximum height of trees along the line of sight I estimated to be about 30 meters, and the rocket sits up at 1 or 2 dozen meters. However, the pad is over 100 miles away, so the curve of the Earth should block about a kilometer. We don't see the rocket until 19 seconds after liftoff, at which point Falcon Heavy is about a kilometer up. Here's documentation of my calculations. Pause to read. Here's the video from Wide Awake, west of the launch site about 115 miles away. The main point of contention with this footage is that the trees block a clear view of the horizon. Based on his location, using a couple different methods, I figure the trees are about half a degree above eye level or less. So with some simple trig, you can find they're blocking maybe 1.3 to 1.6 kilometers of height at the launch site. The Earth curve at this distance is about 2.3 kilometers, so both of those total to about 3.6 kilometers. The rocket was visible 38 seconds after liftoff at an altitude of 3.5 kilometers, so I think that's looking pretty good. Here's the distance measurement. And here's how I estimated 0.4 degrees above eye level. I used a couple different methods. One, an angular size measurement based on the size of nearby buildings, and 2, based on the elevations of the trees about a kilometer away. We'll assume that 0.4 degrees are blocked by trees. Overall, the prediction's only about 100 meters off. This was the only one I could find that had a clear view of the horizon and was recording from before the rocket was visible. The location is almost 600 kilometers away in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. The hidden height at this distance is over 22 kilometers, and the rocket isn't visible until 22.9, a whole minute and a half after launch. Here's documentation of the calculations. Pause to read. This footage is from Annapolis, Maryland, over 700 miles or 1,200 kilometers away. There are some trees blocking the view, but based on the elevations in Google Earth and adding about 25 meters for trees, it isn't more than about half a degree. Surprisingly, that only blocks 10 kilometers at the launch site. The footage is a time-lapse that starts a little late, but it's clear from a comparison to a closer view that Falcon Heavy wasn't visible until at least 85 kilometers up, but more likely over 100. The hidden height including the trees is about 105 kilometers. Here are the calculations. Pause to read. We can look at the descent too. I took screenshots from the Folly Beach and Myrtle Beach videos at the same time and scaled them. The boosters clearly go below the horizon much sooner in the video from further away. And here's the icing on the cake. There's this awesome website called flightclub.io created by Declan Murphy that allows you to visualize rocket launch trajectories before they happen. So we can compare for each location the simulated trajectory and see how well it matches, and visualize how much is really hidden by Earth curve. Here's the view from Palm City, from the height it was recorded, and the height where there's no obstruction. Here's the view from Spring Hill, west of the launch site. Here's the view from Folly Beach. Here's the view from Myrtle Beach. And here's the view from Wrightsville Beach. And finally, the view from Annapolis. Thanks for watching.